A former Minister of Aviation and Chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Kaduna State, Felix Hyet, in this interview with GODWIN ISENYO, alleged that the last Saturday local government election in the state was marred by massive fraud and intimidation. How will you assess the outcome of last Saturday's LG election? The outcome of the election certainly does not reflect what happened on that day because in many places, PDP's candidates defeated those of the All Progressives Congress, but they were rigged out. They ensured that the election was massively rigged in favor of their party. Since we are in a democracy, we want the military authorities to investigate the action of an aide to the governor who moved about with soldiers from one local government to another, intimidating people. You also complained about the police. Yes, we also want the Commissioner of Police to explain why policemen used tear gas to disperse people on that day when there was no crisis. They did that in Kujama in the Chicken local government area. They also did it in Makara, Kakiri Hausa, in the Kaduna South local government area. They didn't stop at that. They went round to local government areas in the northern part of the state, and intimidated the people with the aid of riot and regular police personnel just to ensure that candidates of the APC were declared winners of the election. We also have evidence that electoral materials were cited in hotel rooms in the Funtua Giwa and Burnangwari local government areas. Even in Igabi, the machines meant for Giwa Eastwards were carted away and taken to a place in a farm owned by an APC member in Jaji. We also have a petition that an APC member of the State House of Assembly held a gun in public, directing vehicles from the local government headquarters to move out of the premises. Which of the local government areas are you claiming to have won? It is not possible for the APC to win Kagarko, Kajuru, Songa, Laran McCarthy Cuba local government areas among others. Certainly, the state government used force to harass and intimidate our people, and I am ashamed that they are claiming to have conducted a free and fair election. If it was really free and fair, why the use of tear gas when there was no need for that? Why using force when there was no fight? What is the position of your party on the delay in announcing the results of the election? They have to ensure that the results they would announce after processing the data from the machines correspond with the figures they had written on their own list. They want to convince the people that they won the election. Is it not a shame that it took the state government 5 days to announce the results of a local government election? Even the presidential election won't take such period for people to know the outcome. We are also aware that all the returning officers employed by the Kaduna State Independent Electoral Commission disappeared from their duty posts and reappeared at the SIECOM headquarters even while voting was still ongoing. The electoral body has yet to arrest a single person for flouting the electoral law. We are now convinced that SIECOM was aware of the disappearance of those people. Secondly, we are aware that the returning officers for the chairmanship positions were changed on the day of the election. Certainly, none of them were seen at the local government areas where the APC claimed they had won. None of them were also cited at the local government collation centers. In some instances, APC chairmen in some local government areas and the divisional police officers in charge of their areas were the only officials around when the results were announced, shutting out agents of other political parties. The PDP participated everywhere. We fielded candidates in all the LGAs. So, if the election was to be announced, our agents ought to be there. Our agents were at the various local government headquarters and the collation centers for 5 days after the election, expecting the counting of ballots only to hear on the radio that the APC had won the election. What is your reaction to the use of electronic voting? Certainly, we have to move on as a country. The PDP is not averse to development. The issue of card readers was brought about by the PDP. If Governor Nasser El-Rufai is moving forward, we commend him. But were the machines used the normal way? We now put everything on the table of SIECOM. What they told us, parties, was that if the machine moves from one place to another, they will detect it and they will block the results. Now that the machines were moved, even outside the state, did they detect? This obviously showed that they had the intention to deceive the people. We challenge them to bring out the authentic results recorded and saved by the machines. Are you saying that the nation is not ripe for electronic voting? What we discovered was that you can keep on voting within seconds. You can bring out so many voting within seconds. But we must be sincere, the e-voting is an improvement, but the conduct of the electoral officers and SIECOM as an organization is the main problem. Normally, people believe that computer is garbage in and garbage out. So, the people manipulating the machines should be disciplined. Would you subscribe to the call that e-voting be adopted for the 2019 general elections? It is our collective interest to improve on the voting processes, but the reality is that if the human factor is not changed, whatever innovation we are trying to achieve will lead to further complications. So, how can we improve on e-voting? My advice is that security agencies must remain neutral because they are not politicians. They should stop doing the biddings of political parties and face the task of securing the lives and properties of Nigerians. The electoral bodies at the federal and state levels should also be truly independent. For instance, when we asked for the cost of the machines, the SIECOM chairperson referred us to the government. Is it the government that should buy the machines for SIECOM? Right from the start, the system was compromised by El-Rufai, thereby laying a bad precedent for e-voting in Nigeria. Will you seek redress in court? Definitely, we are challenging the entire process in court. What are the chances of your party in the 2019 general elections in the state? Everybody knows that PDP is very popular in Kaduna State, and we are not afraid of anybody because the people are behind us. We participated in the election because we have confidence in the people. They love and support the PDP and they demonstrated it. We are also confident that we will get justice from the court. Copyright Punch. All rights reserved. This material, and other digital content on this website, may not be reproduced, published, broadcast, rewritten or redistributed in whole or in part without prior express written permission from Punch. Contact via email. Protected. Visited 103 times, 25 visits today.